Welcome back to the channel. Let's explore together. Today we're checking out LONGBEACHGRIFFY People being upset about the live action Little Mermaid. Funny enough, we just checked out the video he made 3 years ago about this topic, and then lo and behold, like a day later, he revisits the topic like I was revisiting the topic with his video. It's all serendipitous. If you haven't seen this skit already, please check the link in the description and go watch it before watching my reaction to it. You know, that's the right thing to do, and it'll make everything make more sense. Where's LONGBEACHGRIFFY going with it this time? Last time it was very anti-Black Little Mermaid. Let's see how he feels about the people who agree with him, but probably for the wrong reasons, from what I've seen. If you haven't seen, I have a Facebook for business only, but the only things that are recommended on my Facebook feed when I go to check notifications for business are pretty racist against the Black Little Mermaid. I don't like Black Little Mermaid either, but God, I explained my reasoning in the last video, and it is not those reasons. Anyway, let's see LONGBEACHGRIFFY's take on this 3 years later.
Bro, I still can't believe they made the Little Mermaid look like that. Like, she looked totally unrealistic. What? Like, have you seen the Little Mermaid trailer? Mermaids don't even look like that. It's Disney. And when have you ever seen a real mermaid? Not the point. Have you seen the water? Like, look at the water. Like, the water don't even look like real water. Come on, man. Like, science. Duh. Bro, it's Disney. And her hair. First of all, black bitches hate getting their hair wet, so how the fuck they gonna be mermaids? This shit fake as fuck. It's fucking Disney! It's Disney, nigga! It's Disney! It's Disney! Okay? Fucking lions don't actually speak. White women do not date beasts and talk to teacups. And the Chinese don't let women go to war. So where was all this uproar for realism for those Disney movies?
What's funny is 3 years ago, LONGBEACHGRIFFY, full anti-Black Ariel. But again, like I said, for different reasons than people are anti-Black Ariel right now. So yeah, this whole thing has just been a cluster of idiocracy from every angle. My biggest beef, I'll reiterate here, is that all of these remakes suck as movies. And a red flag for something's probably going to suck that I've noticed is when a studio is super focused on diversity and inclusion, they usually don't know how to make good movies, and they use that as their fallback to sell tickets. Now, could it be good? Technically. Will it? Probably friggin' not, based on Disney's recreation track record so far.
Mad at the physics of water and the origin of sea creatures. Shut the fuck up!
Now, I would be one of those people. I care about my fantasy lore making sense, but I already explained in the last video that a Black Little Mermaid could make sense within the fantasy lore, depending on how deep you wanted to take it. Even though on the surface, it doesn't make sense that a deep aquatic species would develop melanin. When you take it a little further and they like to peek up to the surface and what's the lineage, okay, fine. So I don't have an issue with the fantasy elements of it. Anyone complaining about the fantasy probability of it, shut up. But I will be the person that fights to defend fantasy has to make sense within the universe that it's set. And sometimes race can get involved. I don't think this is one of those times. I think Black Little Mermaid makes sense within its universe. Latino Snow White, though, we have some discussing to do. Someone commented, because I couldn't remember what country it was supposed to be. It's supposed to be Germany is where Snow White is from. And the time period which Snow White, the fairy tale, takes place was before anyone from Latin America in all human history had ever gone to Germany. That migration had never happened. So the idea of Snow White being Latina is quite literally impossible based on the location and time period of the fairy tale. So that's gonna frustrate me because that's stupid. There are rules within fantasy to make good fantasy work. That's all I'm saying. And the rules are not broken by a Black Little Mermaid. The problem with that movie is going to be that it sucks, like everything else Disney's made lately for a remake. Lion King and Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast was technically kind of the best, even though it sucked too. Ugh.
Just call it what it is. Hold on, nigga. Don't come for me. Because didn't you make a video 3 years ago talking about how you didn't want the Little Mermaid to be black? Yes. I despise the idea. I think it's fucking terrible.
There you go. Now he's going to go into, but the reason is not because I don't want to see a black person. So there you go.
Does it make me sick to my fucking stomach? Indubitably. But I'm not denying a black Ariel because I'm racist. But exploiting diversity for profit and disguising it as representation is fucking bogus.
There you go.
Trying to make money off of us if you want to be real. Black Twitter activists talking about some Ariel being black is making an impact on little black girls. It's showing that little black...
Bro, Twitter, if you want to see people be wrong about everything 100% of the time, go to any tweet that gets viral attention, and you'll find it.
Can do anything and blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up! Little black kids are not worried about fucking diversity. They don't give a fuck.
Very true. I looked up to characters because of the characters. I didn't really, especially as a kid, you know, you don't really think about that kind of stuff. If you're a child and you care about like visual representation on screen, you've been raised wrong. I cared about wanting to emulate the people I looked up to. One of my favorite heroes, it was a very unpopular movie, but as long as he was in it, he was my hero. Shaquille O'Neal in Steel, that superhero movie, because it was Shaq and I loved Shaq. I also remember really liking Blade. I'm giving black examples for a reason. Look at my skin. I look nothing like those characters, and that never registered. I just wanted to be like them. And I don't get the obsession that a character has to look like me for me to feel like I'm represented. And then people get super detailed with it, like super detailed into identity politics. Can we just write stories? Just write stories, because the fact of the matter is everyone should eventually get represented if your stories are told realistically. Not every story will represent every person. And that could be based on worldview, race, religion, sexuality, or otherwise, because not every story involves every type of person, and that's okay. And based on where your stories are based, you might have a certain representation of a certain group more often than others, and that's okay. Just tell honest stories, though, and you'll cover all your bases. Don't turn, don't do what they did in the olden days and make like Native Americans played by white people, or in the modern days when they had Johnny Depp do it. Don't do that. Don't whitewash. But you don't gotta do the opposite either. Not that Ariel really counts in this conversation, but I agree with Long Beach that it's just a pandering marketing tactic, which just goes to show that the movie won't be any quality at all. But I'm talking too much common sense for the internet, so I digress.
They gonna dress up as any fucking
He's spitting a lot. Boy, spitting.
That they fucking like.
Exactly. If they like a princess, they'll dress up as her. That's it. That's how kids are. Let them be kids. You don't need them to... Digress, Scheme. Digress.
That's a superhero or whatever the fuck. Shut the fuck up. That's facts. But I still do think the movie looks just... Bro, just say you're racist. 1,000%. Yes. Yes.
1,000%. Yes. Racist. I think I forgot to get a thumbnail. All right.
Nation.
You know what? Just random Griffy face thumbnail. That's fine. We're going just random Griffy face. I've ranted enough. So just with the hand, I guess. I don't know what he's doing here. I think he's doing the quotes. Anyway, 3 years later, nothing's changed about Griffey's opinion, but that went exactly where I thought it would go. Addressing the people whose hatred for this movie is questionable. Until we explore again. I'll see you next time.